Because I had a bit of a research.
Okay.
Hello everyone. So I'm Millie, welcome back to the Adore Beauty channel, and today we're gonna have a bit of a chat about Virtue. We're gonna break it down, we're gonna go into the different families and just have a bit of a sparkle overview. So I don't think I personally have delved into Virtue on this channel before, but it actually is one of my favorite hair care brands to recommend when we are talking about incredible professional hair care. So Virtue is an incredible brand made in the US. Their kind of ethos is that it's hair care backed by science. Virtue actually use a keratin specific that they have formulated, and it's called Alpha Keratin 60KU, and it is extracted from ethically sourced human hair, which can be more effectively used by the body. So the brand is also cruelty-free, no parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, so if that's your jam, they've got you covered. It is a little bit more on the bougier kind of side, but the really great thing is that they also have like little mini ones, so you can try them out before committing. You're looking at about $54 for your full-size shampoo and about $56 for your full-size conditioner. You also do have the option to go for your 60ml or your 120ml. So say if you're someone who you're like, Millie, this is incredible, I've tried them, I love it, now I want to commit to the big 500, you are going to be looking at about $104 for the shampoo and $124 for your conditioner. I would probably start at your 120. Or if you're absolutely bonkers, like just send it. Actually, that is definitely something that I would do.
Just go straight in. Yeah. Commit.
Hard.
Do you know how they smell?
Oh, they smell flippin' great. So now you've got your general overview, let's deep dive into the ranges. So we're going to start with the recovery range, which if you've watched a couple videos with Miss Joanna, you know that she absolutely loves this range. It is incredible for repairing, hydrating, and it's also really good for fine hair. So if you're someone like myself, join the train, friends. So if you're someone where, you know, you might have a little bit of damage, the recovery range is really great. But if you're also just wanting something with a little bit of hydration, or say you've got like colored hair, this one is also perfect for you. So moving on, we've got Miss Full over here. The full range is great for anyone who wants to volumize the hair. So we've got our little 60ml here, the shampoo, the conditioner, and we also have, let me look at it first. Oh, that's just a little conditioner as well.
It's just me one.
Yeah. So next we have, dropping her, the smooth range. Now this one is really great for anyone with frizzy or a bit of unruly hair. So say if you've got a bit of a curl and you really want something to help kind of smooth it out, hydrate, kind of drop those curls a little bit, that's where I'd go for this range. Say if you're a curly head friend and you're like, okay, I like my curls, smooth kind of sounds okay, but I want something that's going to help to like boost, that's where our friends over here in our gorgeous little coral, the curl range, are going to be your next best friends. These ones are incredible for adding bounce and shine to curled hair. So then we've got our refresh. So the purifying shampoo is of course a deep cleansing shampoo. So if you're someone that gets maybe like a bit of an oilier scalp, that's where I would lean towards this one. So that's kind of the general overview on the ranges, but now let's move on to our treatments. So now they do have a restorative hair treatment mask. However, you are looking at about $92 for this one. So it is not for the faint of heart. However, if your hair is a little bit more damaged and you're wanting to try out something bougie and maybe you only use a mask every now and again, it is a really great option. The other kind of treatment that they do have is the exfoliating scalp treatment. Now, I really love a scalp scrub every now and again. I like to use it every second or third wash. Just helps to really cleanse and remove anything from the scalp. Really gives you that nice fresh feeling. So going on to like the leave-in treatments, the split end serum is actually one of my favorites, but did I mention it in the video? So if you are someone who suffers from a couple little split ends, or you're just wanting to see a little bit more hydration, you are looking at about $58 for this one, but it is a really great option. Now moving on to the Unfrizz cream. Now this one was one of Hannah's products we didn't know we needed from the Beauty IQ podcast. So after listening to that potty, I actually jumped onto the site and I was like, what is this magical product? I do have a little bit of a wave, so something like this is incredible and just helps to like enhance curl, get rid of any of that frizz. You are looking at $58 for the full size. This one is 60ml that I have with me here. The other one that we don't have here is the topical scalp supplement. Now this one is one that's going to help you to have the best healthy hair that you can possibly have. So it's one that you would apply nightly. It is a topical treatment, so it's like a little dropper that you just pop directly onto the scalp, give yourself a nice little head massage, get the blood flowing, and then fall asleep. So it is about $83. Now, lastly, we are onto our styling products. Jumping straight into it is the 6-in-1 styler. Now, she does primes, protects, moisturizes, texturizes. It does have heat protection as well in there, and it's not going to weigh your hair down or anything like that. And it also smells incredible. It's kind of like fresh, like kind of like
Fresh.
Actually kind of smells like tea, like a flowery green tea. Moving on, we do have the volumizing primer. Now this one is a spray, so you spray it directly to your roots, and it's really great to give you that little bit of lift. It doesn't leave the hair crunchy or anything like that. One of my all-time favorite styling products, and I think is so versatile, is like lifting powders. This one especially, I actually used it on my hair today. You can either pop it at the roots and it gives you that little bit of zhuzh, it gives you that body yaddy yaddy. My favorite tip for using products like this to help create that really like sexy, like tousled kind of wave. So if you put a wave into your hair and then you just kind of give a bit of a spritz down the curl, when you separate the curl, it kind of gives it that body and lets you really fluff it out. It's gorge. And then of course the last two to round it off that we don't have with us, it is a healing oil and a leave-in conditioner, and that's it. That's what you missed. I hope that we have answered all of your questions today, but if you did have any further questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments and we are more than happy to let you know. So if you want to see anything more from us, please click here for more content from us, but otherwise we'll see you next time.